Right friends, welcome back to Learning Space. This is why and how for 23rd week from 5th June to 11th June. And if you look at the first one, World Environment Day is observed on 5th June. And the theme for the year is connecting people to nature. You may have a doubt, what is the origin of World Environment Day? The World Environment Day was established by the United Nations General Assembly in 1972. Popularly known as Stockholm Conference, and for the first time it was observed in 1974. And what is the purpose of this? The purpose is to create global awareness about the condition of the environment. It is monitored by United Nations Environment Program. And if you go further, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Egypt and some other countries cut diplomatic ties with Qatar. And let us look at this. When you are looking at these countries, one important aspect you should not forget is GCC countries. GCC countries or Gulf Cooperation Council countries are 6 numbers. You see, Kuwait is 1. This is Kuwait. Please don't forget. Kuwait shares boundary on one side Persian Gulf, other side Iraq, and this side Saudi Arabia. And starting from Kuwait, then the next country is Saudi Arabia, then this Bahrain. You can say Bahrain is island country almost in Persian Gulf, and the next one is Bahrain. Bahrain is the island country in Persian Gulf. Then Qatar, this is Qatar. Then this is United Arab Emirates, popularly known as UAE. All of you are familiar with Dubai. And then Oman, this is Oman, which is having a long coastline here. And these 6 countries are GCC countries. So here the tip is there. This tip is the region belongs to Oman. And another important point is this is the Strait of Hormuz. So these things please do not forget. This all is known as Arabian Peninsula, right? There is a civil war going on in the country Yemen. Please do not forget, Yemen is different, Oman is different. Yemen shares land frontier with Saudi Arabia and Oman. So please do not forget about GCC countries, the 6 countries, Kuwait, then Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, then United Arab Emirates, then Oman. These are GCC countries, and this tip is a part of Oman, please do not forget, which is abutting this Strait of Hormuz. And this area is quite rich in oil resources, and the oil resources from this Persian Gulf is shipped out through this Strait of Hormuz. Please do not forget, right? Now let us come back to the discussion, the main reason and other reasons. Here, statement allegedly made by the Emir of Qatar supporting Muslim Brotherhood. Muslim Brotherhood is the organization which is banned in Egypt, and the alleged statement made by Qatar Emir supporting Muslim Brotherhood and at the same time criticizing Sunni coalition against Iran. So here please do not forget, Sunnis are predominantly represented by Saudi Arabia, Shias, the driving force is Iran. So here allegedly Emir criticized Sunni coalition against Iran, but the statement was subsequently attributed to the handiwork of hackers. So this is one aspect, but other reasons are the support for the groups representing political Islam such as Hamas in Palestine and Muslim Brotherhood by Qatar, and Qatar is also seen as soft on Iran. And one more important aspect is it shares the world's largest oil field with Iran, and analysts say that it's a softer approach to the Shia power center Iran is not palatable to the Sunni countries led by Saudi Arabia, right? So this isolation came just weeks after US President Donald Trump visited Saudi Arabia, and he blamed Iran for fueling extremism in the region. Right friends, let us look at important aspects of Qatar. It is the world's largest exporter of LNG, liquefied natural gas, and another important aspect is it is going to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup. And the third important point is it has got very high per capita income of around $130,000 a year, and it has got around $335 billion of assets in foreign wealth funds. You can call sovereign wealth funds, right? You can say the country is quite rich. And in the map, please do not forget, this is Qatar and this is Bahrain. These two countries, please do not forget. And this tip is part of this Oman, please do not forget. And this is United Arab Emirates. Then Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit USA to meet Donald Trump. It will be no frills business only visit, basically to build a relationship. And please do not forget, India has gone much ahead in the United States of India as far as strategic relations are concerned. India is now major defense partner for United States of America. At the same time, logistics exchange memorandum of agreement was also signed to utilize each other's military facilities. So under these circumstances, this assumed a lot of significance. Then Sher Bahadur Deoba, almost in Nepal, what is being happening? Just like musical chairs, Prime Minister's post is being rotated almost every year. Now Sher Bahadur Deoba became the new Prime Minister of Nepal because of the agreement between Sher Bahadur Deoba and Prachanda. Prachanda demitted office after 9 months, and now Sher Bahadur Deoba became the Prime Minister. He is the President of Nepali Congress, please do not forget. So this musical chairs will not be in the interest of Nepal for solving its pressing problems like Madhesis. Right friends, this is Nepal, and let us go ahead. The World Health Organization has divided the antibiotics drugs into 3 categories. All of you are familiar with antimicrobial resistance, that is on the increase across the world. Under these circumstances, the World Health Organization's division of antibiotic drugs like Access, these are commonly used antibiotics. Watch, the second line of antibiotics, slightly more potent, and the third one is Reserve. They are highly powerful drugs like colistin. So it divided into 3 categories: Access, Watch, and Reserve. And this is the biggest revision of the antibiotic section in the 40-year history of essential medicines list. And the rise in antibiotic resistance stems from how we are using and misusing. There is a lot of discussion going on with regard to the improper use of antibiotics, which is leading to the antimicrobial resistance. So if you go ahead, this is Access group, drugs like amoxicillin. Watch group, ciprofloxacin. Reserve group, colistin. Then India will remain among the top 3 investment destinations globally till 2019. And this World Investment Report, this is released by UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. This releases World Investment Report, and World Investment Report 2017 was released. And one important aspect, do not forget, this World Investment Report tracks global FDI flows, and as per the recent report, India ranked 10th in terms of FDI inflows. Please do not forget, India's position is 10th in terms of FDI inflows across the world, and in 2016 they are $44 billion, almost similar to the figure of 2015. So in 2016, as per UNCTAD report, global FDI flows into India is $44 billion. And another important aspect is, in 2016, global FDI flows across the world are $1.75 trillion, or you can say $1750 billion, and India's inflows are $44 billion, and India is 10th. And another important aspect is, as per the report, over the next 2 years, India will be behind only US and China in terms of investment attractiveness. So, in terms of investment attractiveness, India will be third, but in 2016, in terms of FDI flows into the country, India's position is 10th. These things do not forget. Supreme Court upheld Section 139 AA of Income Tax Act. What is this Section 139 AA? Section 139 AA is with regard to quoting of Aadhaar number when you are applying for PAN, as well as when you are filing income tax returns. Now Aadhaar number is mandatory. That is as per Section 139 AA of the Income Tax Act, and this is Section 139 AA of Income Tax Act was introduced through the Finance Act. Now the Supreme Court says this is as per the law. So there is nothing wrong in providing Aadhaar number for filing of income tax returns as well as for applying for PAN. Right friends, if you go ahead, Maharashtra government announced a loan waiver for farmers and decided to form a committee to decide the criteria of debt relief. Then if you go ahead, Dr. C. Narayan Reddy, noted poet, lyricist, Gnanpith Award winner, died in Hyderabad, born in the then Karimnagar district. Now the district is bifurcated. So he was born in the then Karimnagar district of Telangana, and he is a versatile personality for writing lyrical and musical ballads. And one important aspect about Dr. C. Narayan Reddy is his philosophical long poem, name is Visvambara, won the highest literary honor of the country, that is Gnanpith, in 1988. Look at the next one. Steel Authority of India Limited and ArcelorMittal is going to formalize a joint venture for production of automotive grade steel. And here this will be a big step forward under Prime Minister's Make in India program. Look at the next one. From June 16, petrol and diesel prices across the country are being revised on daily basis. And three things I would like to tell you. Initially, this revision on daily basis was started in 5 cities as a pilot project, and now it is being implemented across the country. And you may have a pertinent doubt why there is a need for daily revision of prices. There are two things here. The first aspect is global petroleum prices changes on daily basis, and another important aspect is the exchange rate of rupee changes. So depending on these two things, daily rates will be revised. So this is all about the revision of petrol and diesel prices. A train that runs on virtual rails. Here this is known as Autonomous Rapid Transit, ART. This was designed by China, and here it is fitted with the sensors. Because of sensors, it detects the dimensions of the road, and this is Autonomous Rapid Transit. It runs on virtual rails, right? And here this enables the vehicle to follow routes without the need for metal rails. And here the maximum speed is 70 kmph. It is fitted with rubber wheels, and one important aspect is it is much cheaper than metro service. Look at the next issue. The Monetary Policy Committee decided to keep the policy rates unchanged. This repo rate was kept as it is at 6.25%, and statutory liquidity ratio is reduced from 20.5% to 20%. So now SLR will be 20%, And please view the economy lectures. If you want more about this, please view monetary policy of Reserve Bank of India. It will be very clear to you. And another important aspect is, now the monetary policy committee consists of 6 members, 3 from Reserve Bank, 3 outsiders. And if there is any tie, the casting vote will be exercised by the Reserve Bank of India governor. This is very, very important. And another important aspect is, it reduced the provisioning on certain home loans. What is provisioning? Provisioning is, each and every loan will have some risk. Based on the risk of each and every loan, risk weight is designated. Depending on the risk weight, provisioning is there. Provisioning means, if the bank is giving some loan, certain percentage must be kept aside to take care of the future problems. That is known as provisioning. The provisioning is reduced here. For house loans of certain categories, the provisioning is reduced from 0.4% to 0.25%. So what is the consequence of reducing provisioning? When provisioning is reduced, more money will be available for the banks to lend. That means banks' profitability can increase. And if provisioning is increased, take the example of bad loans. When the loan becomes bad, then provisioning will increase. I am not going into the details. I am just explaining what are the circumstances when provisioning is reduced, when provisioning is increased. When provisioning is reduced, then more lendable resources will be there for the banks. That means more money will be available at the bank's disposal for lending. But when provisioning is increased, then money will be reduced for lending, right? So here, Monetary Policy Committee kept the policy rates unchanged. If you look at the next one, central government agreed for higher minimum support price. Minimum support prices are devised and accepted by the center based on the recommendations of CACP, which is the advisory body. Then scientists have developed a new wireless batteryless pacemaker. It can be directly implanted into the patient's heart. So here, the pacemaker harvests energy wirelessly from radio frequency radiation transmitted by the external battery pack. Right, let us go ahead. The election results of UK were announced, and here Conservative Party has gone into the election process with hard Brexit. What is the difference between hard Brexit and soft Brexit? Here Brexit is inevitable. Already Article 50 of Lisbon Treaty is invoked. It will take 2 years for UK maximum to come out of European Union. Now what is going to be the future relation with the remaining 27 countries of European Union? That is what we call soft Brexit or hard Brexit. If more and more relations are going to be with the remaining 27 European countries of European Union, then it can be categorized as soft Brexit. Hard Brexit means developing UK more and more independently, coming out of European Union in various aspects. That is a hard Brexit. So, soft Brexit, hard Brexit, these two are important terms, and the Conservative Party led by Theresa May has gone into the election process with hard Brexit. Now the government got less response from people. Conservative Party could not get absolute majority, which is 326 seats out of 650, but it got only 318 seats. And at the same time, please don't forget, the Labour Party headed by Jeremy Corbyn has got more number of seats, 261. Then nuclear energy constitutes only 3.4% of total electricity generated in our country, and in China it is 3.6%. in the overall power generation, you can say, or in the overall electricity generation, the solar energy mix is just 3.4% in our country. And during the past 10 years, there is growth of 8% in our country. And if you look further, percentage of nuclear power generation in the overall power generation capacity, France is leading in the examination perspective. Please do not forget, France is the country where the percentage of nuclear power generation in the overall power generation capacity is the highest as per the available news reports. So here India's nuclear power constitutes just 3.4% of total electricity generated. USA 20%, Germany 13%. If you look at China, it is 3.6%. Let us go ahead. GSLV Mark III successfully launched GSAT 19, and this is the first orbital mission of GSLV Mark III. And here the satellite weight 3136 kg, and this is the heaviest satellite. Please do not forget, from examination perspective, GSAT 19, which is launched by GSLV Mark III, is the heaviest satellite launched from the Indian soil. Most important. Then the upper stage of GSLV Mark III is cryogenic engine, and here the cryogenic stage used liquid hydrogen as well as liquid oxygen as the propellants, and here the main purpose of using liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen is to give more thrust, right? So GSAT 19 satellite was successfully placed in orbit. And if you go further, as per the news reports, 5 countries have successfully developed and deployed cryogenic rocket engines other than India. And one more important aspect is the GSAT 19 carries geostationary radiation spectrometer. From examination perspective, please keep in mind this GSAT 19. This is the heaviest satellite launched from Indian soil. When the heavyweight satellites are to be launched, we are using the satellite launching facility of French Guyana. And this is the heaviest satellite launched from Indian soil. And another thing is GSAT 19 carries geostationary radiation spectrometer payload to monitor and study the nature of charged particles and the influence of space radiation on satellites and their electronic components. So these things please do not forget. The President of India received 2018 edition of QS World University Rankings. What is the QS? QS means Quacquarelli Cements Limited, and these university rankings worldwide are given by this Quacquarelli Cements Limited in association with Times Higher Education. So these gives this QS university rankings, and in India these are brought out by Education Promotion Society of India. You may have a doubt, what is Education Promotion Society of India? This is promoted by group of educational institutions, you can say. It is formed by a group of senior educationists, educational enterprises, intellectuals, industry leaders, policy makers, and the role of EPSI is promoting the growth and quality of education in our country. So it facilitates complete literacy, globally competitive education, and generating skills and professionals for employment so as to foster socio-economic development. So here these university rankings are brought out by this EPSI, and if you go into the rankings here worldwide, MIT USA, then Stanford, Harvard, they got top 3 ranks, and Indian universities top 3, IIT Delhi 172, IIT Bombay 179, IISc Bengaluru 190, and one important aspect is IISc Bengaluru has ranked number 6 among 959 universities as far as one particular issue is concerned. What is that particular issue? That particular issue is citations per faculty. So if you look at the citations per faculty, IISc Bengaluru is within top 10 in the world, that is specifically at the 6th position. Look at the last one. President of India launched mobile application selfie with the daughter. And here one important aspect is this campaign was started by Shri Sunil Jaglan in June 2015 in village Bibipur in Haryana. He is a former Sarpanch and working in the field of women development and village development. So this app is an innovative concept, right? So with this, let us conclude why and how. Please do join for other modules. Have a nice day. Thank you.